Well, DaveTV.org is something that I started in the mindset of capturing everything that I do. I have done series on cable access in the past where the theme was one thing or another, and that show had its own name, Capsize being one, Raw Time being another, those two being the most popular. And they both did different things, national videos versus local videos. I quit the Access show in 2007, so the line between the two blurred. And back in the day, between 1990 and like 2006-07, when it all stopped, I was really concerned with the David Lee Roth video. Everyone would always go, "Hey, you're Dave TV," and I'm like, "Oh, that's so dorky. I don't even want to do that." But come 2007, 8, 9, that's really not relevant anymore. So I'm going to own it, Dave TV. So yeah, that's kind of where that came from. You know, Austin music is pretty awesome in the sense that you go see one of your already known favorite bands, and there's always 3 to 5 other bands on the bill. Not only Austin bands, but regional bands, whether they be San Antonio or Houston or whatever, and I think that's my very favorite way of discovering new music. A lot of clubs do things differently, and that's a blessing as well, because one club is going to book the bands that fit in the pocket of the band that you went to see. So you know all night you're going to see punk, or all night you're going to see heavy metal, or whatever it might be. Yet other clubs, they go out of the way to make sure that one band is totally different genre than the next. So I think that when I go to either one of those shows, it's probably the best opportunity for me to see and hear new bands, decide if they're good, bad, or indifferent, and move forward in the future with either doing some work with them or not. I think when I see a band, first and foremost, the main goal is something that I do enjoy. I can't lie, that's going to get you on the website or the show. And I think though beyond that, because you know, I don't want to do this for my own interest. I could do that and sit at home and watch videos all day or all night. I think when I see a band that's really into what they're doing, like they're passionate, they're doing it for the love of the music, like the art, the craft, they care, they have people come to their shows whether I like it or not. That's somebody I need to support, because let's say I don't like the band, and I do feature a ton of bands that I just can't stand, to be frankly honest. The people that do, whether it's a boyfriend or girlfriend or the other band members, guess what they're going to do if I shoot that band and put it on the show? They're going to watch my show. So that's the key to broadening the audience. Whether I personally like the band or not doesn't stop me, but they got to have the passion. Like a friend of mine says, if you're not excited about your band, then why should I be? So if you look excited about what you're doing, that's going to get you in, for sure. Social media and promoting your band is a trick pony. It's like, wow, sometimes it really blows up for a band, and sometimes it's just like, oh, geez, how many times are they going to send me that invite? I'm not, you know, come on, really? Don't you look at who you're sending these things to? I think by far and above, Facebook is probably the broadest connection you can make. Whether it's the best is arguable. I think personally, for instance, when I have a Facebook invite to a gig I've booked or anything that I want to be a part of, like my kids' band, I'm going to go and I'm going to look for the people who I think might actually come, and I'm going to invite them. I'm not just going to pick my friends list and send invites to everybody. So I think if you're using Facebook to get your music out to people, that's a good way to get them to come to your gigs, if you really fine-tune who you're asking to come. Now beyond that, you know, you've got your Reverb Nations that are and sites of that kind that tie in updates automatically. So if you put in your gigs, it'll automatically send them out to your news list. The people who want to be on your news list sign up for your news list, and it's pretty functional. I think that's a good way as well. Depends on what you're reaching for, if you're just building your first fan base, or if you're an established band and you want a more up-to-the-minute type thing, I think Twitter is really awesome because you can drop the notice like that, and if you have your followers, they're going to just immediately see it and respond, favorite it, retweet it, whatever. So I think the three that come to mind are definitely the Facebook, the Reverb Nation, and the Twitter. That's what I seem to look for and use. You know, there's a lot of bands that have done great work. I'm trying to think of anything that might stand out in the social media vein as really making a magic moment happen. When we sat down right here, I had mentioned that I'll never look at this patio the same since South by Southwest of 2014. There was a band that set up out here. They were supposed to play inside Beerland, and time constraints, etc., drama of South by happened, and they set out on their Twitter and told everybody, look, we couldn't play this all ages gig across the street. It had to be 21 and over, so we're dropping into the patio at Beerland and doing an all ages gig at 2 o'clock, be there. And that was only mentioned through social media. This place the band was in the corner, and the crowd across the street from the sidewalk to the other street packed just back to back. There was a mosh pit in the middle of Red River, and I think they got to play about 17 minutes, and the cops broke it up. There were people falling off the ceiling, jumping into the mosh pit. An amazing use of social media to get people to come to your show. That's a touring band, South by Southwest, kind of an odd thing. Locally, I think that 333 is a band that makes really great use of the social media. They have gigs at a couple of venues they focus on that their fan base is familiar with, that they go to, and they make amazing use of the Facebook invites, of the retweeting of things, and promotion of their band, almost mainly through social media. So 333 from Austin on a regular basis, yeah. So bands can be slightly annoying with some of the things they do, from beginning to play their instruments to the annoying invites we've kind of touched on, where if you just group invite everybody on your friends list, that's the last thing that I want to see. Is like, you know, I'm on a lot of okay, there's a band from Greece. They came through here, I love them, and they're sending me invites to their gig in Greece. I'm like, yeah, I can't make that on Wednesday. I'm sorry. I'm going to be at work Thursday morning in Texas. That's really annoying. As far as other things, solos, people stop. No solos. They're not necessary. I think as far as advice in musicians, having seen live music myself personally in Austin from about 1987 till now, the best thing that a band can do for me as a fan is stay true to what they're doing. Don't play the flavor of the month. Like, just if you write a song and you think it sounds like whoever, don't throw it away because you think it sounds like whoever. If you wrote that and that's what you feel, just follow your heart, do it, and put that passion that you can translate to the people watching you, whether it's 3 of us or 3,000 of us. We can see that passion, so stay true to what you're doing. Don't just come off and try to be the latest flavor of the month, or write a song that you think's going to get you on the radio or whatever. Well, that might be the route, and everybody needs to get played and exposed on the radio or TV or internet or wherever. Just do stuff that you like, and when you like it, it's going to come through to everyone else. So I think that's kind of a constant, an everyday thing I like to see when I go see a band. Absolutely. I try to stay current and go out and shoot bands every weekend. Every weekend I try to go to a show. This weekend has been pretty spectacular. I went out Friday night to North Door, and yeah, my kids' band was playing, so of course I'm in the Push Burn band. But the Beat Dolls and the Scary Mondellos played, and anyone on that stage at North Door looks beautiful, it sounds beautiful. Those clips I put up are pretty simple and straightforward, very do-it-yourself, one camera kind of things, but capture the moment. I think it's great, and we're over here at Red Eyed Fly today for the Kenneth Johnson Whoop Whoop benefit. My friend Kenneth got a rock in the throat and the head coming off the highway for those punks that are throwing rocks off IH-35, and he's laid up in the hospital with brain damage and had a stroke because of it, and is just fighting for his life right now. And there's like 10 bands at Red Eyed Fly playing, reunions of Rubberhead, Lug, a lot of great Austin bands are coming together for Kenneth, and this is a very special gig near and dear to my heart. That's going to be uploaded in the next week, and I think I'd love anyone who sees this to check that out and spread the word for sure.